Hey guys, press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update from PINKVILLA.
I don't think in today's time anybody will do Sunny Deol's character. No one in the industry will do that character. They should do a film together. Ranveer and Ranveer. Sara can be Pooh. Who else? Mixed emotions. Excited because we have seen the film. It's turned out really well. It's quite cliche, a director saying about his film. But I rarely do. I leave it to the audience, but this is something which my team has seen, and the actors who are involved in the film, Ranveer or Sara and all the other actors and many of my team which is behind the camera, which is they are in the office, my distribution team and everyone have seen the film and they really loved it. I'm excited about that. Nervous, yeah, that's what I am. Friday morning I will be, I'm nervous with every film when it releases on a Friday. First show, yeah, whether it is Golmaal or Golmaal Again or Singham, any film, Chennai Express for that matter. I was nervous then and I will be nervous on that Friday, till the time the first show is not over, till the time people don't come out and give the verdict. No, knowingly or unknowingly, what happens is when they say that it's a Rohit Shetty film, it's like a brand. It's like a genre. It's like it is a complete package, and I don't take it as just an action film. I take it as a Rohit Shetty film for me today after so many films and the kind of business that film does, or the kind of appreciation you get from the family audience, not only from the mass. I call it a complete entertainer. That's what I try to do every time. And I cater not only the mass, actually I cater the family audience. They love, that's why the film runs not only in theatres but later on satellite. If you see whether it is Golmaal 3, whether it is All the Best, whether it is Chennai Express, Singham series, or for that matter Golmaal Again. They work really well on satellite, and that's because of the family. And that's my audience. So when they say that it's a Rohit Shetty film, that cars are flying, for the last two films it's not been flying. But it's a tag, you get tagged. But that's fine. It's the easy way out to write something. But for me, it's like a complete package. And yeah, I take it as a badge of honor, and I take it as a responsibility. And I'm talking from the family point of view, because mass do come. They call it a massy film, or whatever, they call it a no-brainer. But a film can only do that kind of a business, what my previous films has done, when the family audience comes in and they love this kind of a cinema. So always my intention has been, or my target has been, the family audience more than the mass. When it comes to if it's a Rohit Shetty film, it will earn money, it will be a blockbuster, and people start saying that and putting pressure. I take it as a compliment. At the same time, it's a pressure also. It has both the effects. One, that it becomes okay, it is said that you create in your mind that positive energy is there, that okay, if it is his film, there will be entertainment, there will be action, there's a set of audience which will go and see the film. But at the same time, it does create that pressure. What if tomorrow it doesn't come up to that level of expectations, what people are thinking, if it doesn't turn out to be that way. So that pressure is also there, at the same time the benefit is also there. If not Sara, what happened when we were writing the final draft, and by the time we were ready, whom should we approach before getting into that exercise? Sara called me up, and before we could think or have options of girls, okay, if not, who can play that character? Before that, Sara called. This is in the month of, I think, December or so. We started in June. December or January, I believe, I don't remember. But yeah, it was that time when Sara called me, before we could sit down and shortlist, okay, this character, these are the girls who can play. So it was not, we couldn't put a thought. Before we could put a thought, she came on board. Ranveer is a bundle of energy. Ranveer has a different approach towards performing a character, and especially for me, I've created Singham, and both the films have done so well. The character, except for the uniform, if you see, this character, Singham, is quite honest by the books, whereas this guy is notorious, naughty, corrupt. So it had a different shade. That was the first reason that I started working on this film. And it just happened that we were shooting for an ad 2.5 years ago, and I told him that this is one film I want to make, this is the line of this particular film I've seen, and if we change it into a Hindi cinema, keeping the character in mind, but we change the whole of screenplay, it will really work. And I narrated him few scenes, okay, I want to make this film this way. And he got excited about it and he said, hey, I would love to do this film. And that's how the journey started. Today when I see the film, I don't think any other guy, any other actor could have done justice to Simmba. 3 things about Ranveer which I know. He's a child, he's a kid, he's pure at heart, you know, he's genuine. Second, he still has that, you know, he is still the Bandra boy, he's still the Khar boy. He, being such a big star, he is still grounded and he is still that middle class mentality he has, and that's what makes him such a big star, because he can feel that emotion, you know, for middle class person, or for that matter of a commoner, I would say. So he still has that approach and he still believes in that. Thirdly, I think he is too honest with his work and his craft. No, never. He made it a point that it never, you know, the marriage part or the preparation of marriage ever came in the line of Simmba. Never. And the credit goes to him and Deepika. Never ever that we had a moment that Ranveer is coming an hour late because he's prepping for his marriage, or he's doing some bookings, or he's gone somewhere. Never. Like, we made this film in 4.5 months with him. But never was a day that the prep of marriage came in our way. Credit goes to Ajay. He made Ranveer very comfortable. You know, obviously, we all respect him. Ranveer has that respect for him because he's a senior. And he comes with an awe, and he comes in the film as Bajirao Singham and as not Ajay Devgan just coming for the sake of coming. So obviously that awe was there. He was in that uniform. First time Ranveer was shooting with him, and we had some serious action and some serious scenes, you know, performance-oriented scene between both of them. But I think the credit goes to Ajay. He took over. He made the whole situation quite easy. Like, and after like half an hour, the day we started shooting, they were like behaving as if they are pals, you know, like chatting, and whole day I could see them sitting in one corner and just discussing things and discussing cinema, discussing performance, personal life, personal experiences, you know. So it was, I think the credit goes to Ajay to break the ice. Where Chennai is concerned, I was a little bit, we had that anxiety because that was the first time I was working with Shah Rukh and Deepika for that matter. And first time the whole palette, the whole screenplay format was different. It was, in a way, was a love story on the run. And Shah Rukh was doing comedy. He was in my world. So obviously there was a little bit of apprehension and anxiety before the release. You know, will people accept him in my world? Where Dilwale is concerned, we knew what is going wrong and what had went wrong. So we, before the release only, whole team sat and, okay, let's finish this up and let's move on. So it didn't come as a shocker to us. My team is telling me, and that's what I also feel, but I think it's a little cliche for a director saying this before the release of a film, is that I feel, and my team says that this is my best work. Karan saw the film and he said that this is your best work. Ranveer said this, that this is your best work, sir. So I hope audience feels the same. See, it's not the first time. There are so many films been happening. It's just because it's a commercial palette. So people think, when you see the film, when you see the effort, when you see the genuineness of it, it's very easy. The film has been censored without a single cut. Let me tell you this. It's very easy to glorify and cash on that. You know, it's very easy to do that. I have never done that in my life. Being in this position today, in my career, I don't think I require a plot to sell or an issue like this to sell my product, you know. It just came genuinely from my heart, and this is my point of view. When you see the film, there might be debate, okay, cops start killing the rapist. You know, that's my point of view. That's what I feel should be done. And I'm not saying that it's an individual's point of view, it's a director's point of view. When we did Aankh Mare and when I saw that song, I told him, you know, we didn't have a replacement of Karishma Kapoor, you know, who was a great actor also, but at the same time she could handle the mass palette also, you know, doing films with Govinda also, doing Dil To Pagal also, and doing all the David Dhawan film also, you know. And then came Kareena. So I think, you know, out of the young lot, she is that one who can fix that block, you know, who can do a Kedarnath also and who can do a Simmba also, who can do a genuine, authentic love story also, and who can go out and dance on an Aankh Mare also. Rarely we have that kind of a combination in the younger lot. So she fills that space, and when I say that she can handle both, or she can present herself and perform and make people love her with her performance in a Kedarnath and a Simmba, that's what is the quality of a superstar. I don't go with a genre, you know, like if I may say so, Chennai was not a out and out Golmaal, it was a love story, but the palette was a commercial palette where everything was there, all the ingredients were there. Like tomorrow if I want to make a hardcore love story also or a mature love story also, which I would love to, but the palette will be commercial, you know, because as you said that it's become like a Rohit Shetty cinema, and when you think about a Rohit Shetty film coming, you have those visuals in your mind, or you preempt that all these things will be there in the film. I just get scared that tomorrow if I make a very simple straight film and you come with that notion of a Rohit Shetty cinema, it's not there, it might go wrong for me. So for me it's like any story, any genre, it has to be entertaining, it has to be commercial. I don't see anybody else than Shah Rukh and Hrithik, the way they had performed. But in today's time, Hrithik can play Shah Rukh. You know, he can do that character. And Varun can be Hrithik. I think that will work really well. Sara can be Pooh. Who else? Sara can be Pooh. And yeah, Andaz apna apna, Ranveer Kapoor and Ranveer Singh. I think they'll be apt. I hope they do a film together someday, because they both are great actors. And you know, they should do a film together. Ranveer and Ranveer. Dar. Okay, that's a tricky one. I don't think in today's time anybody will do Sunny Deol's character. No one in the industry will do that character. Keeping in the mind how the younger boys are, they are not working together anymore. So keeping today's time, I don't see a Sunny Deol. You have to call him only to play that character. Nobody will play that character. So I don't know who will be that guy. Whereas Shah Rukh's character, I think Ranveer can pull it off. Shah Rukh's character can be Ranveer Kapoor. If you have loved this video, then like, share and subscribe to PINKVILLA.